moment. Yet I can't think of one rebellion of preppers. That boy yanking your fighting spirit out of your chest on Netflix. Same time tell you vote for some old devil whose claim to fame is he got stoned in Selma. Black folks stay getting trolled, I tell you, but won't get it till crackers reveal they whole agenda. No brainer, no entertainer got your best interest in mind. They align with their own benefits. So we with the headshots, no straight shots or leg shots. Fake pox or gay pox. Talking about them hammers, they clamor up in beef. Delusions of grandeur, enamored by the streets. Understanding that they're sheep that advocate for wolves and would even voluntarily shed their wool. Respect OG Tahir, he a legend. I had to say it twice cause now everyone is in the legend. Great thing about me, I be getting overlooked. When you realize you hit your flesh falling off like meat overcooked. Call me what you wanna call me, I ain't looking for a new race. Bigger brothers that bucket cops till they off beat like Blueface. No words for dudes that chauffeur but say they got drive. Soon as shit go left, they go right. Yeah, they say we always bringing up the past, but they always claim it's culture. When 2 sevens clash, worship the black woman or self if you worship for God. Sky Daddy letting you get clapped in churches and mosques. I got a lot of lines, Andrews, a lot of rhymes. Get below the belt, no reenactors will be traumatized. My kind of mind, cause the devil slipping in all kind of lies. And earn a living, and we understand most of our families and friends and people we know don't necessarily think the way we do. We're okay with that. You're not gonna stir us.
Peace of the gods, peace of the gods. What's popping? What's going on? We're gonna go ahead and get started. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all know what this broadcast is about. It's about our brother Spike, man. And it's been a minute since we really seen them on any platform. But he has been on Instagram for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So if you was checking up on him, you would have seen him, you would have been known that he's been out for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Still have some things he have to work out with the system, but we're going to figure that out, you know what I'm saying? He's going to figure that out for sure, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go ahead and, without further ado, bring my brother on. Hold on, let me fix this. Yo, peace of the guys, my brother. What's going on?
Shalom, Black Royalty. I hope everybody got their mind right. And
yeah, it's just good to see you smile, brother. You know, because just watching the news, how they be showing you, they be looking crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah,
looking crazy. It's good to see that everything is. You look good, brother. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that they didn't tear you up in there. You know the system that is. You know behind the walls of the beast. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And I feel like that's super important. Hey, I just went like this, all super dramatic. You guys got to be quiet, right? So, no, I didn't say you guys want to go to the gym. My bad, huh? I
Hey,
didn't say you guys want to go to the gym. I said be quiet.
you good, bro? I'm gonna mute you for a second while you handle that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, it's our brother Spike. Bring people in. You know what I mean? If you want to know about the brother, what's been going on, we're about to have a conversation today.
Uh,
Yeah, we good.
Appreciate that, bro. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
I got a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? I actually got one more on the way. So,
That's a beautiful thing. Hey, you came home and got right to work.
you know what I'm saying? That was one of the things that O kept stressing with me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I can't wait to come home. You know what I'm saying? I want to have 100 babies. I'm like, me too. So, his whole thing was, go forth and be fruitful. You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah, I mean, like, as long as I'm in a position to be a father, as long as I'm in a position to be a role model, of course, there's never too many children. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But
yeah,
I wanted to spin back to what you were saying about, how they had me looking on the news and all that sort of thing, because we kind of hit up on it yesterday. Like the depiction or the way they want you to look to the public is really important. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole time they're doing this story, they got the message that they want you to see, and then they also got the underlying message that you need to understand. You know what I'm saying? So the message was, Arizona man comes to start war with Florida police or whatever like that, and the message that they wanted you to understand is that this is what we're about to do to them. You know what I'm saying? They want you to see me suffering. They want you to see me, you know what I'm saying, like just uh, defeated, broken. You know what I'm saying? With a broken spirit, all that sort of thing. So um, that's one of the reasons that I started to post a little bit. Like sort of up. It's not that nothing happened while I was there. You know what I'm saying? Because a bunch of stuff happened while I was there, but um, I'm built for it. You know what I mean? So if someone else who went through the same experience, they more than likely wouldn't be smiling. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you come home with some sort of PTSD, some sort of 2 years. I did 10 months in solitary confinement. Um, I did about a month in psych. You know what I mean? Really was only in general population for like 2 weeks. The entire time I was in the county jail. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy. That's crazy. And I mean, why? I mean, why would they do all of that just for you? Because I'm pretty sure it's people in there that have way worse, 30 times worse cases against them, but I'm, I don't think they treated them the same as they treated you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that?
well, definitely not. You know what I'm saying? Because on any level, a black educated man is going to be a threat. You know what I'm saying? So, like I mentioned, or like we were discussing yesterday, there was no phone call about me going to war or going to Florida to start a war.
Right.
You know what I mean? But of course, they've been fighting us for over 100 years. The FBI specifically, they've been targeting us, attacking us for over 100 years. We've never threatened any racial crimes or anything like that. We're always pushing autonomy and independence and all that sort of thing. But it threatens the establishment all the same. You know what I mean? So they have to neutralize the threat before it starts. You know what I mean? It's
That's
the same.
true.
It's the same scenario or idea as Planned Parenthood. We're just adult males. You know what I mean? So even if they felt like I was completely harmless, uh, they still knew that there was potential. They know that there's potential for there to be an uprising. That's why we face the algorithms that we see on social media. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's why we have to worry about what we post. It's just They've been watching us for a very long time, bro. And especially us, though we've never committed any hate crimes. You know what I mean? They don't even treat the Klan with the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Or
the
that close.
the Klan is there. It's protecting the foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's protecting the Americans, the people who run this. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that they're preserving their own. You know what I mean? So of course they're not going to be targeted. You know, and though we don't say anything, um, we don't threaten the police. You know our history of how we deal with the police. We don't threaten the police. You know, we're not a threat to America or anything like that. The only way we could be perceived as a threat is if we just stop fucking with these people. If we simply just stop fucking with them, that makes us a threat. You know what I mean?
For real. And they
We
don't
see,
like that at all. But we
we
know
see
that.
that with the BRICS alliance. You know what I'm saying? We see that with Africa and them cutting off the power in France. You know what I'm saying? So uh, the only difference is we're American. You know what I'm saying? We're here on their turf. You know what I'm saying? So we have to subscribe to certain things. But you take that shit overseas, it's not working. You know, and they try to sell us on the primitive. They try to portray Africa as primitive. You know what I mean? And they're way more politically advanced than us, and they're way more socially and economically advanced than us. You know what I'm saying? If you start to do your homework, they're not out there living in huts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't teach us anything about what's going on outside of America.
Mm-hmm.
Saying so we very very suppressed as far as the information that's given us. You know what I mean? On the actual revolution, it's a whole revolution going on outside of America. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like it's a lot of things going on that we just don't see or hear about. You know,
Yeah.
but it's definitely happening. I feel like everybody low key is waiting on us, the black
Mm-hmm.
people on this land, to bust a move. Like
Yeah.
we doing this all over here.
Yeah.
It's y'all turn, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What y'all doing? You know, so yeah, that's what I really feel. But you're right. You know, they definitely keeping it. I mean, at this point, everybody's keeping an eye on this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But definitely the government is keeping an eye on this, especially the grassroots. If I could say the black movement. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I'm saying the 2A black movement, people that can actually go out and protect the people in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing that every group needs is protection. You take away the protection, then you really have nothing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Somebody can easily come in and take it if you don't have any protection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You take us
Exactly.
away the protection, the vanguard, then easy targets.
And the thing that's threatening about us is we're not like the typical group of African American Negroes. You know what I'm saying? We're not chasing money. We're not chasing money. We're chasing power.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we're not clone.
You can have $1 billion in the bank, but let your ass be driving down Figueroa or something like that. You got your nice car with you. Whoop, you're gonna get bleeped, and you're probably gonna get your ass whooped. They're gonna accuse you of stealing a car. We see it all the time. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like a lot of these situations, these people that are dying, like Breonna Taylor, you know what I mean? George Floyd, these people, they're not gang affiliated. They're no threat. They're unarmed mostly all the time. You know what
hmm
I'm saying?
hmm yeah. I ain't gonna lie. We had a pretty good conversation yesterday. You mentioned going away for so long and coming back and seeing something totally different. You know what I'm saying? If you could, describe the things that you're seeing now compared to what happened before you went in.
Really quick, because I don't want to just go off and immediately just talk about everything negative that I'm seeing. You know, I do want to shout out the people that I do see that are still active. I know everyone has their personal opinion of these people, but my perception, because a lot of people, they didn't know that I had a cell phone while I was in the county jail. They didn't know that I had a cell phone while I was in prison. So I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? And so I did want to give a really quick kudos or a shout out to D. First of all, she had my back throughout my entire bid. You know what I mean? Regardless of what a lot of people think about Malik Zulu Shabazz, I do see him constantly pressing the issue. You know what I mean? Nick Bezel, who's constantly standing in contact with me, constantly with boots on the ground. The Black Liberation Movement, General Taco. The list goes on and on. But at the same time, you know what we were talking about yesterday, and the stagnance, the lack of movement is what I was disappointed by. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that, you know, there's a lot of bullshit going on and all that sort of thing, but I just saw like a complete ceased. Everything just stopped. You know what I mean? And I felt like I was excommunicated. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I'm looking at my messages on Instagram, and everyone's, oh, we got your back, like Black Power, and all this sort of crap. And now it says Instagram user. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Like if they're trying to protect themselves, you know what I mean, and they don't want to get caught up, because of course, if you've seen what they, or how they showed me online, then a lot of people, they might be fearful, they might be scared to work with me out of fear that somebody might pick up their trail. You know what I'm saying? But if we're operating on fear, you know what I mean, we're scared to talk to these people, we're scared to do this, we're scared to go out and do that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get anywhere. Fear breeds stagnation. You know what I'm saying? Like before I went, everyone's telling me not to go. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were actually going there. Didn't I say be quiet? A lot of people, they showed up. Some people turned around, and I don't have any hard feelings toward anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to jump on here, throw anybody under the bus, and then start, the mess that I've been seeing. You know what I'm saying, online with, Tariq Nasheed and whatever the other guy's name is. It's just been mess after mess after mess, and it's just getting really bad. The gender feuding is at an all-time high. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing all these pointless arguments, these pointless ass arguments. You know what I'm saying? And the intrusion did not. All right, push up position, Kendrick. Push up position. Get down here. Get down here. Push up position. You too. So a lot of people, they like I was saying yesterday. I've been down for so long that I saw the end of the war in Afghanistan and also saw the beginning of the war with Russia. You know what I'm saying? But I've been seeing a lot of internal wars and internal conflicts that we're having in our community. And you would think with all this change that's going on and all this exposure with the politicians and all this sort of thing that we tighten up. But we're still not on the same page. Like, oh yeah, I see that. I see that my curtains are burning. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna continue to eat this chicken that I just prepared. You know what I'm saying? That caused the goddamn grease fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that I get out here and I'm like, I feel like I can almost predict, you know what I'm saying, the fall. But no one else is on the same page. I don't see any preparation. I don't see any unity, and it's different because the energy was up there. Everybody was ready to go. You know what I mean? We're ready to unite, pull up. We're communicating. It's not like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. And I feel like they successfully, I don't want to say neutralized us, but scared everyone away, to where it could be another 30 years before we see something like the Panthers or the NFAC.
I don't like to think like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of us more than likely kind of went back and just did a whole different analysis on like exactly what happened and like how to move forward from here. You know what I'm saying? So I think we made some mistakes for sure. We did some good things, did some bad things, but ultimately, we have to go back to the drawing board and come up with a real plan. I don't know what group is doing what, what I'm saying, but I do feel that, like you said, we do have to have some type of unity when it comes to our movements, and the things that we do. Well, what I mentioned on the last broadcast, I feel like we definitely have to have an agenda, an agenda. Most businesses, for example, they have a business plan first off, and then you also have a 5-year plan, 2-year plan, long-term, short-term goals on how to get exactly to where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? But your small-term goals turn into your big-term goals. So it's just a timeline on where you want to go moving forward. You know what I mean? I don't know who exactly has that, or who has that, or where is it at right now when it started. I don't know, but I feel like that's important for every group. You know what I'm
saying? Right now, I don't feel like it's a good idea to, to group up, and I don't feel like it's a good idea to identify a leader. If there is a leader, I don't feel like there is one, but if there is, he's doing a good job at staying covert, and that's where he needs to be at. You know what I'm saying? Because it was no coincidence that they came after Grandmaster Jay, they came after O, they came after me, they came after the Black Moors. You know what I'm saying? They came after the Proud Boys. It all happened right around the time Biden came into office with the gun control shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and these are all were frivolous charges that involve law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Pointing a gun at a law enforcement. The accusation about the alleged murder with law enforcement. Me coming to start a war with law enforcement. They want to paint a very clear picture that we are malicious toward law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these things they could have been accidental. A lot of these things never even happened. A lot of the accusations. You know what I mean? Like we talked about yesterday when 10 months later into my trial, they find out that no one ever called the police to say that I wanted to start a war in Florida.
Yeah.
But
Just kind of made them up.
We were posting on my Instagram, all the clips where I was saying the exact opposite. You know what I mean? And if people were really doing the work, if people were really doing the work, you could go to my Instagram because I was reporting every single thing. You know what I'm saying? And you could see that there was never any, we need to go and kill the police, or, you know what I'm saying? We need to do anything malicious toward the police. You know what I'm saying? But they needed a reason to fuck with me. They had a very petty reason, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's stuck. And that's a whole nother story in its own. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunate. We live in a time where you can make up a story and people will believe it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the power behind social media and just having control over, different medias. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of different medias, no matter if it's small or big, give them something to say. Then all of a sudden everybody believe that to be true. So, that's the importance of having our own media, black media, real black media, that's not controlled. I'll be honest, sometimes the monetization even controls some of these medias because they end up suppressing certain information. Like, hey, you can't say this or you're not getting paid. You know what I mean?
Bruh,
So,
I was so disappointed, bro, when you had told me about your page and you know how you're gonna pull back a little bit, because a lot of these YouTubers, bro, they're not really pushing the important issues that are gonna impact us. It's all the celebrity gossip and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Because when I first came out, I'm like, man, because he told me, he's like, bro, you got to tell them what they was fucking doing to us. You know what I'm saying? And I have my platform. It's nowhere. It's not an impressive platform at all. I probably got like 1,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? So I could post news clips about Director Flowers getting fired after, you know what I'm saying, he violated all of our rights. I could post the articles saying exactly what he did, and it lining up with what the hell we were saying. You know what I mean? But it's not something that I feel like the prison, the industrial prison complex is a really underrated issue that we need to be, or a really neglected issue, I should say, that we need to be focusing on. And it's not just because I was you know what I'm saying, penalized, or I was victimized by the system, but because when you're actually there, you learn things like 50% of these men that are actually in here are innocent. They're just waiting for trial. They're waiting, you know what I'm saying, for their fate. Over 90% of people in the Florida prisons, they're there because they pled out. 90% pled out because they were threatened into accepting this plea deal. 90%. You know what I'm saying? They were stretched out, especially with the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like you waiting an entire year to see the judge at a time, and you haven't been convicted, but you're in jail for an entire year. That's wrong, bro.
Yeah,
that's wrong. I didn't have any violent offenses on my record. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a danger to society. The prosecutor positioned me as you know what I'm saying, a gangster or a threat to society, and she just ate that shit up. You know what I mean? And so, with all the documentation and the evidence, so.
Yeah, and I mean, that's crazy. Like I said, they make up things as they go. Whatever type of agenda or thing they want to put on your name, they just say it like, hey, he's this, he's that.
Mm-hmm.
Put him over here for a second. You know what I'm saying? So,
because when it all comes down to it, it's not about what I did. You know what I'm saying? It's who I am. It's who I'm affiliated with, what I believe in. That's if you go because I believe it's public record. You know, the transcripts and all that sort of thing. They weren't talking about concealed carry. You when you saw the news article, it's all oh. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, oh, well, he's an Othal Wallace supporter. You know what I'm saying? He's an evil person. That's how they tried to demonize me, which makes no sense because he hasn't even been convicted yet. You know, so you're giving me a bad reputation, or you're trying to demonize me, and because you just tried to demonize someone else, and I came here to say, hey, he needs a fair trial. Oh, we got to get you too. You're gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? And so I also posted the video where I was about to drop the footage of the police officer. I was gonna drop the footage of him pointing a gun at I believe it was an 8-year-old kid. That video is posted up there. You know what I'm saying? I got arrested the day I was gonna drop that video. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
They saw the progress that we were making, bro, together. You know what I'm saying? They saw me in the street passing out the flyers and all that sort of thing. So everyone knew that there was an upcoming event. There was going to be a rally or something like that in Daytona Beach. They all knew it. There's flyers. They saw me passing out the flyers. But the prosecutor, he somehow convinced the judge that I came out there to commit suicide by cop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what they can do when you have skin like ours, bro. They can make you look like a menace to society. All you need is the skin color. You know what I'm saying? You're a menace to society.
Oh, for real though. And that's the thing. So I don't really know if you was out there by yourself or anything. You don't even have to say if you was by yourself, But I do believe traveling in packs and things like that. Just so we can have some type of witness, because a lot of times it is their word against yours. So,
Yeah.
like here's what he came to do. He actually told me this. Like, no.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's unfortunate. And I do feel like you was in there literally for no reason. For was it 2 years?
Yeah, I was down almost 2 years, 20 months.
That's crazy. Sitting there for 2 years for no reason. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
That's a kidnap for sure.
But the more important issue, you know what I'm saying? Because there is, my situation is minor compared to why I actually even went out there in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's what we're kind of here to talk about, or that's what I wanted to talk about ultimately. You know what I'm saying? So everyone saw the footage. You know what I mean? And we're all in agreement as people. You know what I'm saying? That have some idea of the law that wasn't a legal stop and frisk. You know what I'm saying? And we also didn't see anyone pull the trigger in that video. You know what I'm saying? But he was never given the benefit of the doubt. As a matter of fact, the police they accused him of tampering with the body cam because the video, they weren't satisfied with what they got on camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They said he was trained to do that.
Yeah, they said he was trained to do that. And that's why he had to change venues, because they ran his name through the mud. They're calling him a coward, even though they sent 500 people after one person, but he's a coward. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get too passionate. You know what I'm saying? Because there more than likely is somebody who's not supposed to be watching. You know what I'm saying? But he's completely in the right, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're it's crazy because everybody's they're so happy and proud of the the shit that happened in Montgomery. Everybody's proud. Everyone's got their folding chair shirts and all that sort of thing. That and it kind of, I don't know if you ever seen Higher Learning, bro, but they had just whooped on the Nazis at the college campus. And they're like, yeah. I just fucked them up and whoop whoop whoop. Yeah. And the IQ was like, man, that one ass whooping ain't nothing compared to 400 years of oppression. You feel me? Like, and that's just in the back of my mind. It's like, we really got soldiers out here. You know what I'm saying? That you guys, there was we didn't get near this media attention. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason they kept it in Florida. They kept it in Florida, and they also made sure that they presented it a certain way. You know what I mean? And that was the issue that I was having. And a lot of people they were on board. A lot of people were gonna pull up and all that sort of thing. So I don't know if I already shared it with you, but yeah, I didn't intend on going alone. A lot of people say, "What are you doing out there going alone?" Whoop, whoop. I didn't intend on going alone. Not only that, I wasn't out there alone. I actually did link up with someone. We were passing out flyers together and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people they had a problem with what I was posting. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, when I'm in the hotel room and I'm like, hey, if the police come in here, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna lay them down. I said that. And my lawyer said, yeah, he said that, but he's within his legal right to say that. That's the First Amendment. Not only that, he didn't. I had no knowledge that there was any sort of warrant or anything like that. I'm just being harassed. You know what I'm saying? I showed that the police circling and all that sort of thing, the apartment. You see me go up to the front desk and say, "Hey, is it normal for the police to patrol here? Did anybody call them here? No, no, they're here for me. You know what I'm saying? So I set up my bulletproof vest like a fence on my bed. You know what I'm saying? It separated me between the window, the hotel room. You know what I'm saying? And any sort of gunfire. So it's set up like a fence. And I have my AR-15 right across my chest, and then I have my body cam perched in the window. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I took all the necessary or the precautionary measures. And I feel like if I didn't say that on camera, they would have kicked in my door that night. You know what I'm saying? And they would have tried to get busy that night. But, they took into consideration, yeah, he's armed. He does have body armor. So, he does have a little bit of a fighting chance. So let's wait till he checks out. So they were waiting for me to check out. I got my luggage in one hand, then I got my rifle case in the other. I'm pushing it. I'm a Plymouth carrying. And SWAT hops out. I'm leaving the parking lot of the hotel, and SWAT comes and they converge on me. Yeah, hey, you got a warrant? You're not supposed to be concealed carrying. I said, or no. He said, you got a felony. You got a felony. You got a felony. You're not supposed to be concealed carrying. I said, nah. I laughed, bro. I said, I don't got no fucking felony. My CCW is not suspended. You're fucking tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm laughing, bro. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was traumatic. It was raining. I dove into the rain to avoid being shot. All that sort of thing. But when they told me while I was being arrested, I laughed. I'm like, bro, my CCW is not suspended. You know what I mean? So I'm in prison, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have any phone calls. I can't use the phone. You know what I'm saying? So me and my wife are communicating back and forth. And she's like, oh, the CCW, it turns out it's suspended. And this is why. 2019, I was charged with a felony. But ultimately, I beat it, representing myself, and I was convicted of a misdemeanor. So the ATF, they got wind that I was charged with a felony. They sent the letter notifying me, hey, you know what I'm saying, your CCW suspended till further notice, to an old address. So the letter got returned. I was not informed that my CCW is suspended. It shouldn't have been suspended because just like they got wind that I got charged with a felony, they should have got wind that I got convicted of a misdemeanor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and all this shit is on my police report, you know what I'm saying? And 10 months later, we find out that nobody even said that I made any threats toward the police. There was no anonymous call. And then they say, oh, we're going to take all that into consideration, you know what I'm saying? But we're not looking at another court date for another year out. You're not going to be seeing a judge sitting before a judge for another year. I mean, keep in mind, this was at the 10 months. This was when I was at the 10 months. And they were offering time served. So I thought, hey, you know what I'm saying? I've been fighting long enough. I'm not about to fight for another year. They're offering time served. I'm going to go ahead and plead out. And then the prosecutor, he took the deal off the table. And the reason he took the deal off the table was because the director told him to. The director told me a week prior that he was going to reach out to the prosecutor and tell him to take the deal off the table. And I laughed. I said, you can't do that, bro. The fuck out of my face, you know? And I was bucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's just how it was the whole time I was in there. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. You can't do that. Oh, a week later, yeah, we're taking a deal off the table, and he didn't have any explanation for why he took it off the table, and I'm like, I know, but I'm not gonna outburst. So yeah, Flowers told your ass, he texted you and told you to take the deal off the table. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of corruption there. Obviously, you know, he's already been fired for violating our rights and all that sort of thing. But it's not just the corruption. With the police in there, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the director that was corrupt. He's also texting these judges. He's showing me, hey, I got Judge Zambrano's calling that. That was the old Judge Zambrano. He's like, yeah, I got people in high places. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of hard to document everything. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I got like a little piece of hand soap. I'm writing the occurrences on the mirror. You know what I'm saying? They take my hand soap, they take my toothpaste. So I'm writing it in blood on the wall. It happened this time, that time. You know what I'm saying? Every time he comes up to my door, I'm documenting it. You know what I mean? And so then they came in my room and they saw, you know what I'm saying, like whether it was written in this or that, they saw that there was shit on the wall that I'm recording something. And that's how I ended up getting moved to psych. You know what I mean? And that wasn't the first time they moved me to psych though. They actually moved me and O to psych together one time. You know what I'm saying? Like we were in solitary confinement. We're the only two people on the cell block. You know what I'm saying? He's a couple doors down, and the police officer, he died. You know what I'm saying? And the night he died, they came to O's cell and they said, hey, Rainer, he's dead. We're bumping up your charges. You're facing the death penalty now. So we're gonna go ahead and take you to psych. And I'm like, what, bro? He's fine. You know what I'm saying? And O's just like, he's fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, obviously you can see that it hit him. Maybe it's remorse, but he's not suicidal or anything like that. So he's like, bro, I don't want to go to psych. I don't need to go to psych. You know what I'm saying? Like the only time they'll take you is if you're a danger to yourself or a danger to someone else. You know what I'm saying? But they took him to psych that night when the police officer died. And so I'm sitting there, I'm confused, and I'm like, what the fuck? You can't do that. And then the director comes up to my cell and he says, don't worry, you're next. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you taking me to psych? You know? And he's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, your wife was in a car accident a week ago. So now I don't have access to the phones at all because I'm already in solitary confinement. Oh, we don't got no commissary, no Bible, nothing. All we got in our cells is a blanket. He just told me that my wife was in a car accident a week ago. He didn't tell me the condition of the car, nothing like that. He stuffed us both in psych, and we were there indefinitely until we ended up going to the box for no reason. And the box is somewhere that they send you. You know what I'm saying? When you violate, when you fuck up in prison, they sent me there. You know what I'm saying? They sent both of us there. First, they had us in a turtle suit. We're butt ass naked. You're not in the same cell. We're in different cells. They have us in a turtle suit, and then they what do you call it? Once we had the 24-hour, you know what I'm saying, like observation, and they see that we're not a danger to ourselves, then they move us to the regular psych unit where people are screaming 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Where it stinks, bro. The cells are just completely unsanitary because people that are not in their right mind are living there. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even lean on the door because there's boogers all over the fucking wall. You can't walk without the sandals because there's shit all over the floor, shit all over the toilet. You know what I'm saying? It smells like piss. The mat is disgusting, bro. Like even if you put your sheet on, you're itching. You know what I'm saying? It was just absolutely disgusting. I mean, like the regular cells were disgusting too. You know what I'm saying? But psych they need to be shut down. Somebody needs to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the psych unit. You know what I mean? And there's one guy, his name's Officer Red. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why are you guys here? You know what I'm saying? He was the officer that was over psych. He's like, why the fuck are you here, Kente? You've been here 2 and 3 weeks. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Get me the fuck out of here, Reyes. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, bro, I talked to the director. He doesn't have like a release. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know when you're getting out of here. We don't know why you're here. You just have to stay here, bro. Just be patient. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't put me I've been under the jail. Now I'm in the psych. The cell that I was in was actually closed off, bro. You know what I'm saying? They had it closed off for months because of the condition. They reopened it and stuffed me back in there. You know what I'm saying? Like they were paying extra attention to me and O, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like every time we were accused of something, instead of them, writing us a DR or something like that, they're coming right to our cell. You know what I'm saying? And they're, hey, you're not getting no commissary. You're not getting no phone calls. You're not getting no tablet. You know what I'm saying? We're shutting you down indefinitely. And we don't know when we're going to get our privileges back. And we never had privileges while we was in. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And to think about, out of all the people that's in there, y'all was the only ones that's really being treated like that.
Yeah.
You got people that probably killed other black people.
Mm-hmm.
You got people in there for drugs. You got people in there for pedophile, like all sorts of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But y'all the only ones that's been treated like that, all because y'all wanted to protect black people.
Yeah, there's a pedophile. He got out on $3,400 bond, bro, after being on camera groping a child. You know what I'm saying? I have a 3rd-degree felony, bro. They have me in the PBL unit. And everyone in the PBL unit, this is no lie, bro. Everyone in the PBL unit, they got yellow tags. I have a 3rd-degree felony. I'm not even facing nowhere near the time that they're facing. My tag is red. Everybody's like, damn, dude, what the fuck you did, bro? I'm like, dog, it's a third degree felony. Like, I can go home, but you guys got me housed in here like a terrorist everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was, even I was gonna tell you this, I'm sure you will. Even when we were going to the shower, wearing chains in the shower, bro. They wouldn't take our chains off until we were in the shower and the door was closed and locked, and then they took our chains off. You know what I'm saying? And so there was just like every day, bro. Every day it was something that was just it was amazing mistreatment, dog. You know what I'm saying? And so ultimately, I do feel like I pled out under duress. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, there's no way no one's dealing with that for another year, dog. You know what I'm saying? I got time. They offered time served. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was gonna fight it all the way through. Everybody in the PBL unit, they're facing life. They're like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could go home to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, your wife needs you. Go home. And it was more me fighting, bro. It was more of like me taking a stand against what was happening. So they offered me time served 5-6 months in. You know what I'm saying? I'm there almost a year. This is about me taking a stand. You know what I'm saying? But then certain things happen, like, you know, your wife's car gets repossessed, she gets evicted, you know what I'm saying, a car accident, you know, the children and all these sort of things are factoring in, and not only are you being abused in prison, but your life is just out of control on the outside. So I had to get back. And I had to, you know, just regroup. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got to take an L, but you know what I'm saying? Bob Marley said, those who fight and run away live to fight another day. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I didn't think the things that they were saying was actually true. So what was going outside, that was true. That was a fact. You know what I mean? When it comes to the accident and things like that, I thought they was lying to you.
the car accident? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was true. That was true. The black Durango y'all used to see me driving around,
Mm,
that truck's gone. Yeah, yeah. That was true. No, he that's how he's fucking with you, bro. He's not gonna lie about something like that.
mm,
He was lying about the he was lying about, because I guess there was a rumor going. I don't know if there was a rumor, because you know we were working up to get the money to owe. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
a lot of people were accusing each other of stealing, but these motherfuckers had the nerve to accuse me of stealing. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she had already, you know what I'm saying, took care of everything with O's girl. You know what I'm saying? There was no theft involved, but I guess he got wind of one of the videos of you, and so he's like, oh yeah, you know, your people hate you out there. They fucking hate you. They said you're stealing from O. And O's right there, bro. He knows the deal, bro, because he talked to his wife when we had the money. We gave it to him and all that sort of thing. He was there, bro. But at the same time, I don't know what motherfuckers are saying out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and O are good. We're still good all the way up until this day. You know what I'm saying? And like he told you, we've had some disagreements. When we were out, we used to fight. You know what I'm saying? But like brothers. And when we're in prison, oh yeah, we fought. We had plenty of disagreements. But at the same time, we're still brothers. You know what
mm.
I'm saying? And but he used these sort of tactics, these divisive tactics. It was like COINTELPRO on a smaller scale. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the bickering and infighting, and you got the people that you didn't isolated that don't know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? But they're holding strong. You know what I'm saying? They're standing their ground. We got to find some way to shake them up. You know what I'm saying? We got to find some way to fuck them up. You know what I mean? You got to find some way to break them. You know, because when you're in solitary confinement, bro, your thoughts are gonna eat away at you, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you got these police. They're coming to your door, and they're making you feel worse. And then it's like, I was thinking, like, why the fuck are they giving us so much energy? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck did we do to these people specifically to where they're giving us so much energy? But then you look at them, bro. You see that they're unhappy. More than likely, they have no one at home. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're unhappy with their size. You know what I'm saying? Like, their appearance, their age. Because the thing about prison, bro, is that it's not just a place. You know what I'm saying? Your body is a prison. It can be if you're not happy there. You know what I'm saying? Your relationship could be a prison. Your occupation could be a prison. That's something that I realized when I came home. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are in places that they don't want to be. That's
Yeah,
prison.
mentally.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So when I saw the caption, I'm like, Spike's free, and I'm like, not quite. None of us are. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
I
you.
mean,
I feel you. I mean, it's different being behind those walls, though.
yeah.
And it's definitely different, especially how they was treating you. You know, I say if anything, I'm glad that you're out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're free from that system,
Mm.
unfortunately, into another system at this
Yeah.
point. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I am on probation, and that's what a lot of people they fail to realize. You know, because I understand that I do have a certain amount of support. You know, there are people that hate. Hey, this guy, if he knows about what's going on, he's probably gonna do something. Let me go talk to him. But a lot of people, I guess I don't know if it's either they don't know or they don't care. You know what I'm saying? But um, being in prison for that amount of time, of course, I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Being in prison, it's not somewhere that you go to reform. You know what I'm saying? You pick up terrible habits. You know what I'm saying? Behaviors. You're super aggressive when you come home. You know
yeah.
what I'm
They
saying? So,
want you to be institutionalized. They want you to go back.
mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. So I had to explain to these people, like I'm not in a space right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Let me tighten up real quick. Let me take care of home, catch up. You know what I'm saying on my daddy duty. You know what I'm saying? And tighten the house up. You know what I'm saying? And then round two. And I've already talked to my probation officer about this because he knows that typically I'm performing. I'm complete. Even when I'm fucking up, I'm still operating within the law. And I mean, like, even when I am fucking up, I'm still operating within, you know what I'm saying, the law. You
Right.
know what I mean? So my probation officer, he knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? He knows what I do. And he said, hey, there's absolutely no problem as long as you're not breaking the law. I won't fuck with you. And I said, well, I plan on doing exactly the same things that I've been doing, saying the same things. Like he seen some of my shit because he actually knows me, bro, from before I actually got locked up. We were doing some work. We're trying to fight the film the police ordinance. You know what I'm saying? Around the time that the George Floyd the George Floyd stuff happened. Hey
Hmm.
guys, yeah. So we're really attacking like the film the police ordinance, and I know this politician. I'm not gonna say his name, but we're real close. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he uses us, sometimes he calls on it. But he's like, hey, I know so and so, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, how you know? Or because he's like, I saw your file slide across my desk, and I said, I know that name. You know, you work with so and so, and just know I know. I'm like, oh, all right. So that's no problem. But yeah, we have mutual friends. Ultimately, is what I'm saying. Like he likes a lot of the stuff that I was doing before I got locked up. So he's like, yeah, bro, you're gonna be fine. Just run your program, and if you do get in some trouble, let me know. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. It's like I say, it's good to see you smiling. You know what I mean? Like outside of that type of system, back with your children, back with your wife. You know what I'm saying? And tighten things up in the home like you was always supposed to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, our brother Ozone is still behind. He's still in there. You know what I'm saying? He's still in jail. You know what I mean? And we just got back up. To 80K. We could have had way more, but
Mm.
like you said, like you mentioned, there was some stealing going on.
Yeah,
You know,
it was,
and that's
and that shit. Bro, I'm really angry about that. You know what I'm saying? It what there was a greater transgression after that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, there was some stealing going on, but that by no means justifies or gives you an excuse to give up on him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to lose my money. You know what I'm saying? We don't want him to lose his life. So is your little $30 or $40
yeah,
that the little $30 or $40 that you clutch in because you're not sure if this is the right place to donate. It's a problem because there is an official website that you can donate, and it's been up there nearly 2 years. Othal.org. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? It's an official website, and a lot of people still in that. I ain't nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's no excuse because there's an official website. It's been 2 years. When I got locked up, we were at 30,000. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got there, he was stressing, bro. He's like, yo, we at 30,000. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go. He didn't know when he was going to trial, but he was stressing, bro. And I'm like, don't trip, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna be here a little bit. So we're at 30,000 right now. So just think about you know what I'm saying, at 30,000 in 2 or 3 months that we've been sitting here, bro. In another 2 or 3 months is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, 60,000, et cetera, bro. You just gotta chill, have faith. And then you know what I'm saying, like Of course, I got internet access. I'm on the website. I don't see no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no activity. I don't see nobody talking about it. Everybody's talking about something else. You know what I mean? And I was upset. I was angry, and I wanted to start just punching on the you know what I'm saying, on the keyboard, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
can't because I'm not supposed to be on social media
yeah,
while I'm in prison. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, for real though. The good thing is Ozone always had a team, behind the scenes, going on different platforms, making sure people know about exactly, because there's a lot of people that don't even know what's going on with Ozone, and I'm confused by that. You know what I'm saying? This should be a big case, but I'm noticing it's a lot of information being suppressed for
Mhm.
whatever reason.
Yeah, of
And
course.
and especially, things started to kind of slow down once he got a lawyer, as far as the information that they putting out there, you
Mhm.
know. So, because there was a time where they kept on putting out videos and saying how much of a criminal he is or whatever, how much of a coward he is, but it started to slow down once he got a lawyer.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean, so, and I feel like everything is strategic.
and that's
You know,
defamation. I feel like if anything, uh, even if some like yeah they changed venue, and I feel like the change of venue was more protection for them. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely he would have been allowed a mistrial because of the way that all the accusations and insinuations that this is the media doing this, bro. This is the
mhm,
media lying, bold-faced lying. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
And they're and it's crazy because like they got my arraignment and all that sort of thing on camera, but they're really not they're not showing you the highlights. You know what I'm saying? Like how all this motherfucker's arguments got put to bed and all this sort of shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
And I'm sure they're not gonna. Well, what we need to do is be more active in his case. You know what I'm saying? We need to be more active in his case. I'm sure if he has people showing up for him, then more people are going to be in support of him. You know what I'm saying? If more people know who he is there in Florida, because I heard that people are going to Florida, we got to make more noise. If you're out there, you know what I'm saying, and you're committed to this, you got to make as much noise as possible. I'm not one of those motherfuckers that's going to try to fear monger you. Hey, you saw what happened to me? Don't do that. No, motherfucker. Because if you remember before I got locked up, I said, and this was in anticipation of some shit. I'm like, if I go down, somebody got to come up right before me. And when he go down, it got to be that system, bro. If you're a real revolutionary, you got to be with that shit. You feel me? You got to know that you're risking your life out here. You got to know that life is not guaranteed. Freedom is not guaranteed. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And for some people, it's a lot easier to accept. You know what I'm saying? I've had 3 police interactions in the past 4 days. The police are probably going to be here shortly because someone accused me of doing something else. Yeah, and so I mean, you got to be ready for that though. You know what I'm saying? You wear it. You know what I'm saying? Like you either gonna die fighting, or you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying, on your knees. It's one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they don't fight because they feel like it doesn't affect them personally. But you don't know you're fighting until you get punched in the face. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
that's right. And we are at war, believe it or not. If we want to or not, we are at war. You know what I'm saying? So you could be chilling on your porch, you could be chilling outside, you could be chilling
mhm,
on the beach, and you could be attacked.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we are at war. We should never ever forget that. You know what I'm
it's
saying? So
it's a lot harder to convince people nowadays, bro, because people are so comfortable. Well, you can't tell nobody. Even if there was chaos and unrest in the streets, you have someone. Hey, I don't need to be a part of that. It doesn't affect me. It affects your demographic of people, and you will be next with that attitude because the more you sit back and it doesn't have anything to do with me. The more they're gonna be like, oh, he doesn't care. Well, let me go over here and fuck with this motherfucker. Let me go over here and fuck with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily have to have these big showings and these big groups going to each of these cities. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that I would tell people who are interested in protecting your city or your group. You can move in small groups. You can move in groups of 3 to 5, and you can still hold it down. You know what I'm saying? 3 to 5 of us,
it makes some
we can
big
still,
yeah.
for real. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody researching. We got the muscle. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody investing. You can't stop those three people. Then you add two more to the equation. And then you got the numbers that you're looking for.
You know what I'm saying? That that's great with the law. So just having moving pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, life. I'm gonna say it again and again. Life is like chess. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the next person's next move. You know what I mean? Got to
Yeah,
make the moves ahead.
yeah,
Got all your pieces in place, so you know exactly where you need to go.
yeah,
Exactly what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But no,
Because each time you step out, you have to entertain the possibility that you might not come home. You know what I'm saying? And it's a scary reality. You know what I'm saying, to accept as a parent or as someone who, you know what I'm saying, is a part of the workforce and all this sort of thing. But you also have an obligation to your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you have to be there at home, but you do have the obligation to your people. And if it's not you, then it's nobody.
no, for real. And we talk about being comfortable because there's a lot of people comfortable. And my thing is, we shouldn't be comfortable. Do you know that we're really not supposed to be working for this fiat? Everything really supposed to be free. We're supposed to live by trade. You know what I mean? Do you know there was a time that we didn't even have to pay for electricity, gas, and all the utilities and things like that? Everything was free. It's free energy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like energy, you could literally get it from nature, and you could get that within your home. A lot
Hmm.
of our homes was actually built to be free energy homes, but
Yeah.
they took that away just so they control the people a little
Mhm.
more. You know what I'm saying? They force people into these workplaces, which is it's technically slavery, because
It is slavery.
you spend all your money just so you can go back to work and make some more, come back, spend all your money. You spend all your money on bills and stuff that you need for your life so you
Mm.
can be comfortable, and then go back to work and do it
Yeah.
all over again. You know what I'm
If,
saying?
if
So
if you slap plantation on the back of any one of these corporations, bro, it makes sense. You feel me? McDonald's plantation, Taco Bell plantation. You know what I'm saying?
AT&T plantation,
And you have to visualize it because you have to visualize the work, the environment. What do you see? You see the minorities, blacks and browns. They're always at the the entry level,
lower
and
level.
then you'll see the Caucasian, the overseers, the whip crackers. You'll see them, you know what I'm saying, in positions of power. They're the operations manager and all that sort of thing. But they're actually still the whites' worst. You know what I'm saying? They're not sending their elites to do that kind of work. You know what I'm saying? But
That's right.
they want someone who looks like them to be in that position of power. You know what I'm saying? And no one gets up and says, "I can't wait to go to work." You know what I'm saying? No
No,
one, no one gets up. Man, I can't wait to get these motherfuckers. It's an occupation.
I
If you
can't
consider it,
wait.
they're-
So I'm off of work. You know what I mean? So nobody wants to work. If they had it, because I know a lot of people they even get these the food stamps. They on public assistance and stuff like that. They would rather just sit back and collect checks. But it's low key. We all would rather do that. You know what I'm saying? We all will just do what we want to do at the end of the day. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We are flesh and blood people. We supposed to be moving, you know, we supposed to be moving exactly how animals move. We supposed to be moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
but
And I mean that in a positive way. You know what I mean? Because,
yeah.
animals, they don't gotta pay for a damn thing. They just living their life. You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
now that's one of the points that I try to make sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they think that they're superior to the animals. We got dominion over these animals and all this sort of thing. The thing that distinguishes us from animals is our ability to communicate. But how do we know, or how much of that is actually true? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these animals, they've been here as long as us, so I'm sure
Mhm.
they watched us evolve. You know what I'm saying? They say, look at these motherfuckers, they talking. You know what I'm saying? It's a really interesting conversation. Oh shit, it's getting kind of aggressive. They're fighting now. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, they're lining up by the thousands to kill each other. Oh shit, these motherfuckers are building these huge institutions to keep each other captive. Oh shit, these motherfuckers are engineering these diseases to take each other out. You know what I'm saying? They watched us do all that shit, bro, and they're like, nah, we ain't gonna deal with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna. As you can say animals, you know what I'm saying? They're lowly. We have dominion over them and all this sort of thing. But animals are they seem almost more civilized when you think about it, in the ways that I just tried to lay out for you. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
for real. It seems like we worse than animals. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I mean? They seem to be more smarter because they are more focused on their indigenous ways than
Hmm.
we are.
Yeah,
You know?
and
So
think about how society we evolve. We have the ability to communicate. We have the ability to do more, right? So these animals, they have their nature, animal nature. They smell something, they hump it, and all that sort of thing. But with humans, the human nature is it's not human nature, bro. As a matter of fact, let me correct that. You know what I'm saying? The the nature of the European, it becomes our nature by coexisting. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? But their nature is to bestiality. Number one, their nature is pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Then they create all these pornographic websites. You know what I'm saying? So they're having sex with same sex children. They're having sex with animals. They're having sex with cell phones. They're having sex with toys. They're having sex with, you know what I'm saying, bro. They're
yeah.
humans are very, very perverse. Humans are very, very perverse, and they're sick. But it's not us, bro. It's not us. This is not uh what we what this is not something that's in our DNA. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not how we move. These motherfuckers, they voyage because they fuck shit up everywhere they go.
So
You know what I'm
they,
saying?
they operate off of chaos. They operate real well off of chaos. You know what I'm saying?
So you think about medieval times, bro. You know what I'm saying? When they weren't bathing. You know what I'm saying? I think we were talking about this yesterday too. They
Yeah.
weren't bathing, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're throwing shit out the window, but they're creating guillotines to chop each other's heads off. And then every time some shit happens, oh, I can't believe they did this. I can't believe he shot that little kid. Right? They're feeding us to alligators. You know what I'm saying? A history of just cruelty, and they were worse with themselves. You know what I'm saying? The crucifixions, you know what I'm saying, and all that sort of thing, bro. The guillotines, the crucifixions, the torture, all that shit. They did that, bro. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? The diseases, all that shit, syphilis. You know what I'm saying? They did that shit. 90% of the indigenous people that were here before the Europeans, they died from diseases. They didn't die fighting. They died coughing, bro.
And diseases didn't even exist before they existed. You know what I mean?
They died. Yeah.
So
Mm.
I mean,
So, oh, we're the superior race. No, you are the sicker race. You probably have a superior immune system. You know what I'm saying?
no, for
but
real, that's a fact. That's a known
but
fact.
when what do you call it? When race was established by the same person that introduced the concept of breed for these animals, there were no examples like Mike Tyson. There were no examples like Michael Jackson. There were no examples like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? All the greats that we have today. We were being excluded. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have that opportunity to prove how great we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like sports and entertainment. Now, if we talk about academia, we can talk about all the inventions that we contributed, and not just the ones that are documented, but also the ones that aren't documented. You know what I'm saying? The ones that they invented the patents for. You know what I'm saying? And the contracts to kind of weasel you out of your money. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so it's an unhealthy lifestyle, bro. That we subscribe to, but it. I don't see us living like this for much longer, bro. Honestly, and it has nothing to do with like the internal revolution. It seems like is gonna happen from outside, and then maybe they'll inspire us to movement. You know what I'm saying? Inspire us to action.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
definitely
mean?
something in the earth.
Yeah,
But nothing new happened under the sun. There's always been
that
us
is very true.
fighting. You know what I mean? Fighting for
Yeah,
something. You know what I mean? So they
yeah.
had tribal people fighting on this land even before. They everywhere in the world we
Hmm.
was fighting. It's something in the air. It's almost like, oh, they're saying heard through the grapevine, but I also think that we have like our own personal like Wi-Fi or radio wave.
Hmm.
We could
Yeah,
talk to each other from all the way across the world, and we'll be on the exact same things at the same time. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I feel like we got that, but it's definitely something in the air. We got something that's we. I feel like once the button is pushed, we'll all be doing the same thing at the
Yeah,
same time. You don't
yeah.
necessarily person to
We're
push it, but
it's that type of time. It's that type of time, bro. And
we'll just know.
like you said, history always repeats itself, right? A lot of people don't know that Africa is what caused the fall of Rome. You know what I'm saying? North Africa, Carthage specifically. Uh,
Mhm.
Hannibal is what caused the fall of Rome. North African man. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
Hannibal
so
was one of the greatest war. They still study Hannibal today.
for
You
real, and they want to argue about his genealogy and all that sort of shit as well. Even though he came from North Africa, you know what I'm saying? There are certain networks that are acknowledging him for who he is and what he is, because they would never give a black man credit for the fall of Rome. You know what I'm saying? And so it wasn't just him. That of course he wasn't solely responsible for the fall of Rome, but he inspired millions to action. You know what I'm saying? And he devoted his life to this at a very young age. You know what I mean? Um, and there's a lot of and the thing about us, bro, is that we never even had that opportunity to start young. You know what I'm saying? Because we're conditioned with the Martin Luther King and the Jesus and all that sort of thing.
We're in the
But
public schools.
yeah, yeah,
That's what's going on.
and but our age demographic, right? We grew up with the computer. You know what I'm saying? We grew up when the computer was shaped like a box. You know what I'm saying? We watched the development of all these social media outlets and all this sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So we have the resources, we have the technology. You know what I'm saying? Like the revolution could be at your door instantly, just like a DoorDash, a Popeyes chicken
Well,
sandwich from DoorDash.
now what's
You know?
interesting, and we talked about this as well, we are the ones that's really creating the technology.
Hmm.
Now, so if we actually had the space and the time to really hop in the lab and really just create things and technology for ourselves
Hmm.
and pass along to people, because that's one thing that I feel like is very important for any revolution is technology.
Hmm.
I'm saying to be able to have our, if it's weaponry, we could have that. If it's,
Yeah.
communication, we could have that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like anything you name it, we should
Yeah.
be able to create it, because we have, I mean, we don't even got to have education at all. We're going to create. We're going to find ways to create.
Hmm.
That's in our DNA. That's the type of people we are. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We're going to tune ourselves with nature and be able to create. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We need to focus on these different things. We can't be too comfortable. None of us should be comfortable in slavery. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
that's what we in. We shouldn't be comfortable in slavery. I know it's plenty of people that say, "Oh, if I was a slave back then, that would have never happened to me." But what's
Yeah.
going on now?
What's going on now?
What's going on
You
now?
feel me?
What are you
They
doing now?
they
You know,
they 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 can't correlate uh the lynchings, or they don't see how similar the George Floyd situation was to a public lynching. You know what I'm saying? What happened? What happened that when they lynch someone, what they do? They take pictures with them. You know what I'm saying? For the newspaper, everybody in the community. You know, it sends a clear and direct message. You know what I'm saying? We're okay with this. You know what I'm saying? That video is circulated everywhere, but it sent a clear and direct message. But they didn't get the reaction that they were looking for. You know what I'm saying? They got there wasn't the fear. You know what I mean? Like we had time, bro. We had time. You know what I'm saying? This was during COVID, when it first got cracked off and everybody's working from home and all that sort of shit.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we had time. Now we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's the comfort. The comfort is what causes the trouble. You know what I'm saying? Now they just brought back Jim Crow in Mississippi. If was it? It's Mississippi, right? They just brought back Jim Crow in Mississippi, yes, or some Jim Crow-esque laws in Mississippi.
No,
You know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying? And
Mhm.
there was a little bit of an upset. You know, they posted about it, but they posted about it too late. And you know what I'm saying? Now it's happening in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? There's politicians that are bold enough to, hey, now I also move that we bring back hanging by a tree. He was comfortable enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? We should start to worry when they start to put certain shit in our face. You know what I'm saying? When the news starts to put certain shit in your face, and then you should start to worry, because like, what are you gonna do about it? How are you gonna stop it? You know what I'm saying? It's we're too far gone for you guys to run any sort of interference. That's when you should be worried. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah, man.
Sometimes I just feel like Chicken Little, bro. The sky's falling. You know what I'm saying? But
No, it's a lot going on. There's a lot of pieces moving, but I feel like us as a people, we definitely have to, set our own agenda and push it forward. Because we talked about this as well. I feel like nature is going to do it anyway. We
mm,
just got to be on the side of nature,
yeah,
and move the agenda forward, or rightfully so, where it needs to go. You know what I mean? We
mhm,
just can't sit on our hands. We just can't be on our knees. We have to push forward. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We have to leave something on this earth, because if any of us, if we pass today, we got to leave something behind. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that something behind should definitely be about the revolution. You
yeah,
know, and bettering our people, moving us forward.
mhm,
That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to say for the record, um, I have absolutely no regrets. You know what I'm saying? From start to finish, I did. Hey, hey, on your backs, on your backs. Get down here, get down here, on your back. I don't care. My bad, bro. Get on your back before I get mad. 6 inches.
And
Thank you.
being a father is a beautiful thing, man.
I'm so happy that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? But I've been gone 2 years, so there's a lot of work. You hear me saying the same thing over and over. That it's never used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, I got
I'm a
children, so I already know. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I'm appreciative for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people uh, have a love so strong. You know what I'm saying, that you sit down for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And not only is she holding you down, but she's also supporting you. You know what I'm saying? The $17,000 in legal fees that she took on. There, and I do thank the people. You know what I'm saying, that did make the contributions, but that she nearly by herself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
She's
love,
been
bro.
through a lot. She really helped me down, bro. And I came home to a functioning household. You know what I'm saying? So, not being down for 2 years, I seen a lot of people. They get out and they're homeless. You know what I'm saying? They get out and they really just got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nowhere they could go. They have to live with their mothers and all this sort of thing. So
Mhm.
I am thankful for, what I'm saying, for the. And I'm thankful, and I also don't regret anything, because if I did regret something, or if I did anything different, then I wouldn't be here where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have families. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have people to love them. That's one of the things that I was talking about, the prison within your vessel, or the prison that's in your own life. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, a lot of times we manifest certain things as far as like where we want life to take us, and life will throw us a curveball to see if you can handle it, and see what you do with it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I feel like definitely, you like you said, you was able to handle it. You was cut, in a
Mm.
certain way where nothing's gonna phase you,
Yeah.
and and I can definitely see you doing big things in the future for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, you know, and if it, hey, any time, you want to come on a platform and talk about it, but I definitely feel like I said on the last broadcast, somehow, way, shape, or form, we need to have some type of roundtable discussion on an
Mm.
agenda on exactly how we should be moving as different tribes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then keep it within the small circle and put you know the agenda towards maybe a spokesperson to speak it
Mm.
out towards the masses. But I feel like we really need to tighten up as a movement, because
Mm.
believe it or not, this is a movement. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
This is a
I'm gonna
community.
go ahead and nominate you as the spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, yeah. So that's a real good idea, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not only the nomination of the spokesperson, I really feel like, and I told you yesterday.
Voting system too. You know what I'm saying? Having
Yeah,
like you did, nominating people like, hey, we want you to
mhm,
do this, you to do that. You
yeah.
know
Because
what I'm saying?
I told you yesterday. I'm like, you and Crystal Muhammad, when they were back there fucking with us, they were you know what I'm saying, really more. They were showing us your material. You constantly pressing the issue. You were giving them the motherfucking headache, the nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Crystal Muhammad as well. You know
Shout
what I'm
out.
saying? That because because you guys really press the issue to where they're like, oh, you got to get on, you got to tell them to be quiet. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And why is it so important for us to silence you guys? Why are you guys punishing us? Because we're refusing to tell you guys to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and it's not right, bro. But we had to do it. But they're like, if you guys don't tell them, you know what I'm saying, to stop talking about this and stop talking about that, you guys you ain't gonna never get on the phone. You never get no tablet.
And
Never get no commissary.
and the crazy thing is, they literally have the news in their back pocket. They can easily
Mhm.
overshadow this small platform
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
information. But like you said, you just told me they scared of even this platform.
Yeah, they're scared of this platform. They're scared that motherfuckers, or excuse me, people don't know how powerful they are, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that are for real watching us, and I don't want to scare anyone, but people are watching you. You should know that. You know what I'm saying? They're watching you every minute. They're gonna create their little spider web of this person, that person is with this person, and that person. You know what I'm saying? This person is that much of a threat. This person is this much of a threat. If you're out here, you're being vocal. Just know you're susceptible to some sort of monitoring. You know what I'm saying? The best advice I could give you is to choose your words wisely, and you know what I'm saying. Make sure that you hold on to everything that you've recorded. That way, in the event that you need in the future, you can use it. Hopefully, you have a less corrupt system. Or hopefully, you're facing down a less corrupt system. I did before, because I keep going on tangents, but before run off with this, I want to commend O. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I was in there bucking. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't showing him any signs of weakness and all that sort of thing. But oh, he's solid. You know what I'm saying? He's facing a lot right now. I can speak for him by saying that he has absolutely no regrets as far as his allegiances or his loyalties to his family. You know what I'm saying? And he's true to his teachings. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen such a passionate Israelite brother. You know what I'm saying? I've watched him debate. Oh, I forgot the kids was doing 6 inches. Yeah, go go upstairs. Go ahead. Go ahead.
About to have in a minute.
Yeah. So
Back, you know. Man,
I've never seen such a devout brother to the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say that my faith is shaky or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the religious questions, he'd answer them without me asking, having a debate with someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's no one that is more that is more. He believes what the fuck he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's true to his people. He loves his people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm so angry. You know what I'm saying? Because this is someone who was at all the formations. You know what I'm saying? He's at all the formations. This is someone who's taking on extra credit assignments. I know you remember. You know what I'm saying, when they were investigating the lynching, you know, that sort of thing. I think he was with with Crystal Muhammad that time too. You know what I'm saying? But even when there was no formations, he's always in the background. You know, he was promoting the Freedom Georgia event and all that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, he's all about unity, love, preaching the word. You know what I'm saying? And those type of people, the kind of people that can't be bought, the kind of people that genuinely love and would die for their people. Those are the people, you know what I'm saying, that they perceive as dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So he's a real revolutionary soldier. I feel like this story is not getting enough attention because the motherfuckers the chairs are all over the place, bro. The folding chairs are all over the place, and it's a small victory. It's a small victory. We gotta take that in. But they're donating a lot of money to the kid that, you know, swam across and all that sort of thing. And I like it. I love it, bro. I love it. But we need that energy over here too. You know what I'm saying? We need that energy over here too. There was a disconnect. There was a falling out when O got arrested. And there was a message that was posted. I don't know if it came directly from GMJ or if the representative of NFAC. But he, in my opinion, he did throw O under the bus. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was just protecting the organization. Oh, he's no longer affiliated with them NFAC. And then you see everybody sharing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna say that it had to do with the stealing. You know what I'm saying? There were some messages that were put out there and that were shared hundreds of times. I saw the messages being shared because these were people that I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought you guys were my family too. You know what I'm saying? But you're choosing a side. You know what I mean? Like, It should never be like, oh, he was excommunicated. He's not one of us because he's still black. You know what I'm saying? And even after the falling out with NFAC, he was still true to the RBG. You know what I'm saying? He never stepped out of that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, he definitely deserves a lot more credit, bro. He deserves a lot more credit because of who he was prior to his arrest, bro, and also who he is right now while he's up in there. You know what I mean? The strength that he has right now. Because I was stressing. You know what I'm saying? I'm stressing 10 years. I thought I was gonna get 10 years. Yes, I did. I thought they were gonna stretch me out. And he's like, bro, you need to chill. You know what I mean? Hey, he's telling me to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what do you think? What do you think gonna happen? I'm gonna do it, nigga. I'm facing the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? But it was never like overwhelming. And don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit, it is fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? But he's too strong to be visibly fucked with. You know what I mean? He's too strong. He's like a hero in every sense of the word. And he definitely deserves more attention. I feel like if everybody has some money right now, you really, if you're watching this right now, we really need to be doing something right now. Because September's like a week out, bro, 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I appreciate everybody that was pushing the issue, but there were certain things that were ticking me off, and I feel like it's just that, I don't know, maybe I'm just like easily agitated lately or something like that. But people are like, oh yeah, even if you could donate $5 and $10 a week, it's like we don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be a lot more and a lot faster. You know what I mean? And but I appreciate the people I appreciate the people who are doing the best that they can. You know what I'm saying, to protect this man. But at the same time, bro, like it's really I have just this overwhelming sense of anger, or this I'm angry, bro, because I feel like we went into this with the idea that we were a lot closer than we actually are. We went into this with the idea that we loved each other a lot more than we actually do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to accept it, but I saw one big year-long photo op. You know what I mean? Photo op. We were chasing ambulances. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, me and O were talking about, you know what I'm saying, the kind of bringing it all together and kind of, you know what I'm saying, redirecting it. And there's a lot of reasons I feel like they grabbed him. It wasn't just because, it was just like on some whim shit. It's just too weird. The location, the way he pulled up, where he was at, bro. It's all just too weird. But people you don't entertain these sort of conspiracies. Conspiracy theorists, they don't even like being right, bro. Because if I'm right, that means that things are wrong. You feel me?
Really fucked up. Yeah.
You feel me? So you got to take into consideration the fact that they did sort of round up all these leaders, bro, all these really passionate people, and they made examples of us. They stretched all of us. Grandmaster Jay got 7 years for pointing a gun with a flashlight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was pointing a flashlight. He got 7 years for that. You know what I'm saying? They stretched him. They stretched me. I don't want this I'm still trying to keep a positive mind. You know what I'm saying? But because before I got locked up, I had some real faith in the justice system, bro. You know what I mean? Like there's a video, because before I went to prison out in Florida, I was constantly getting into it with the police here. And no matter how many times they would arrest me, I'd be representing myself. They never gave me that opportunity to represent myself in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But pages on pages of, you know what I'm saying, just bullshit, shenanigans. You know what I mean? And ultimately, I ended up coming out on top. But Florida's a different animal, and that's what we need all the help we can get, bro. That's what I want to stress. Florida is a different animal. You know what I mean? Like, you can have the video evidence, the documentation, you can have a fire ass lawyer, but you're still gonna have to deal with the racism, and that's the motherfucking trump card. You feel me? They're led by a famous racist, Ron DeSantis. You know what I'm saying? You see fucked up shit happen in Florida all the time, bro. And there's no excuse with the racial demographic that we have there. You know what I'm saying? But the difference between places like Florida, as far as like, as opposed to New York or California or something like that, we're way more liberal. And it's crazy because we have less numbers in Arizona. We're super fucking liberal, but there's 5% African Americans here, but we're still getting more done, still more progressive, as opposed to places like Florida, for example. It's the South, bro. It's the South, dog, and they don't play out there about their racism. You know what I mean? But it's just because we're not giving them enough energy. But now they have the Stop Woke movement and all that sort of thing. They're going to war with Disney and all that sort of people are starting to look at Florida as becoming is coming under the scope. But that place needs to be shut the fuck down, and you know what I'm saying, and until they get some new management. You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm.
It's really wild.
It's like I said, it's why it's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things that's going on. We just got to be on top of what we need to be on top of. You know what I'm saying? There's some people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why they doing all this other BS, starting these groups? You know, I was just thinking the earlier broadcast, and the topic was, the state of the Black Power movement. Then I asked the question. I'm like, man, is the Black Power movement, is it dead? You know what I mean? And we all say no, it's not dead, but just to think about, there's communities like the alphabet community.
Mm.
For some reason, how did they end up being more powerful than the black community, than the Black Power community? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like ultimately they saw the benefit. You know what I'm saying, in empowering that community. You know what I mean? Because you got to take into consideration the fact that these politicians they're always pushing population control, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we're experiencing a very prolonged genocide. You know what I'm saying? 1970 we were 17%, as opposed to today we're 11%. You got to take into consideration everything that's happening. Margaret Sanger, a eugenicist, she founded Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? They try to whitewash that, but she founded Planned Parenthood for the sole purpose of racial hygiene, exercising good racial hygiene, getting rid of the undesirables before they were ever born. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we have the racial crime that we see, and then we have also them promoting the internal crime. You know what I'm saying? Which is black on black violence. I don't use that phrase, black on black violence, simply because it's internal violence. This is something that's happening in our neighborhood. You put us in this box. So, of course, if I go outside and I slap somebody, we're going to look the same. It's not black on black violence, motherfucker, because they don't talk about white on white violence. They don't talk about Mexican on Mexican violence in Mexico.
Chinese on Chinese,
You know what I'm saying? They don't. I don't entertain black on black violence. I do feel like we have a problem in our community that needs to be addressed, but it's also it's also a problem that was caused by them. You know what I'm saying? Because these hip hop musicians, Meg The Stallion, Migos, whoever, NBA YoungBoy, whoever, go and research what label they belong to and who owns that label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can't even blame the rapper. Blame the people that's supporting the rapper.
Yeah, like Meek Mill said, they get paid more to do that, and I mean, it's no excuse. Selling out is absolutely no excuse, bro. But there are people. We're living in America where there's millions of black people, bro. There's gonna be a few people that are willing to sell us out, dog. You know what I'm saying? And those are the people that they're gonna spotlight. Hey, this is how you get rich. Fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? Fuck bitches. You want to get rich? This is what you say. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it in the community. It's already happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm the blame. I'm just trying to make a dollar. You know?
No,
yeah, and so it's the music. It's also the media, which is owned by the you know who's. It rhymes with you know who's. You know what I'm saying? They own the media. Bro, we're being controlled in every aspect of our lives, in our institutions, our school institutions. These white people, they're teaching our children. That's why black people, they don't like authoritative black people. They don't like learning from black people. I'm not used to this. I never learned from you. I don't trust you. You know what the media told me is that you're a thief. You're you know what I'm saying, an undesirable. You know what I mean? Like that's for real. What they tell Africans before they get here, they portray us as. You know what I'm saying?
To a point in elementary schools, they have many different transsexual teachers teaching in the elementary, not only the elementary, teaching first grade, preschool.
Yeah,
and these are real things that's going on. You know?
Yeah, and I've been before. So I've been doing this for a long time. I'd say specifically, I was focused on 5 years prior. I was focused on population control. You know what I'm saying? And so, one of the things that they do with these alphabet communities and all this sort of thing, um, you just have to take into consideration what we have to lose. You know what I'm saying? They looked at it. A homosexual, number one, he's non-threatening. Number two, he is not going to reproduce. And number three, he has a 50% chance of getting ate up by HIV. You know what I'm saying? That's population control like a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want women, so he's not going to have children with them. He's diseased. You know what I mean? And he's feminine. I can't picture a time when I saw a homosexual with a gun, bro. I can't picture that, bro. I don't know if you've ever seen one, bro, but that's not what they do. You know what I mean? Like you've been neutralized. You're no longer a threat. It's the same as being dead because you're not a man anymore. You're a woman now. You know what I mean? And not saying that women aren't dangerous. I'm just saying that homosexual men are not soldiers. Homosexual men are, they're, you know what I'm saying? They're women, bro. They're not women. They're imitation women. I'm not gonna disrespect women by saying that. You know what I'm saying? Especially with everything that's going on, they're trying to label black women cisgender or call them birthing mothers and all that sort of thing. And it's crazy because that's where the buck stops. Because originally, you know, Willie Lynch said that
that's where you draw the line. You know,
that's where the buck stops. You know, it was okay. You know what I'm saying with the Tyler Perrys and all that sort of shit. You know what I'm saying? And your gay best friends and all that sort of shit. But the buck stops at my womb. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fault our sisters. I don't fault our queens. You know what I'm saying? Because there are women that have always fought. And then there are celebrities that are using their platforms because they're tired. And this could be the energy that we need, bro. You know, so maybe that's why we're feeling the shift because black women are combating it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the champion. They were the champions for it. You know what I'm saying?
Saw black women out there fighting with the men in Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they getting with them. They saw little Betty and Debbie and Karen running. We're like, oh no, sisters hopped out there, start swinging too. Like yeah. But that's the type of energy that we should always have. You know, it was beautiful to see that. But just like you said, we need to keep that. We need to keep the energy. You know what I'm saying? That's just a small piece of what we got. You know,
because years prior, I was worried about this movement, this specific movement being trend, and I'm talking about before I ever heard of NFAC. You know what I mean? I was fearful that this was going to become a trend because you know what happens to trends? They're here the next day and then they're gone the next, or they're here one day and then they're gone the next. You know what I'm saying? So I've been fighting for years. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the uptakes. I've seen, you know what I'm saying, the what is it called? The discourse in the street, the riots in the street. I've seen it, bro. And I know one thing for sure is that people are gonna. All right, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I did enough. You know, I got my face out there. You know what I mean? Like you can see me now. I'm gonna go ahead and kick back here. Y'all got it from here. You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong. Like we should all personally be taking on some sort of project. You know what I'm saying? We should be taking on some sort of project. I feel like the simplest project to take on is simply just recruiting. You know what I mean? Recruit, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a militia. You guys can have a think tank. You know what I'm saying? Well, what can we do to protect ourselves? It's not anything malicious. This is a think tank. What can we do to protect ourselves? How would we respond if something like that happened in our city? You know what I'm saying? And it's selfish to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Because we're operating with in the back of our mind. You guys are getting ready the same way. We see you on social media getting ready the same way. You know what I'm saying? So if something's happening in fucking Texas, then we expect a motherfucking team of of people that are in Texas to respond to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to just do small shit. You know what I'm saying? Community service. You know, take on small projects. You see a kid doesn't have a backpack, bad shoes, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like the feed the homeless. I feel like it's overrated, especially when we're feeding people that that don't look like us. And you can hate me if you want, bro. You can hate me if you want. But I feel like I like seeing stuff like that when I know it's just a community of us. You know what I'm saying? What the hell we're feeding people that have been oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? These people, you can get a motherfucking job. You run the world. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, a lot of times when I see, you know, Caucasian walking down the street with the sign, I raise on my window. I'm like, oh, yeah, right. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're
Bro,
lazy. That's what
yeah, for real. The world is yours, motherfucker. I'm not gonna keep
you're
shit.
just being lazy at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
for real though. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like small groups is important.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to specialize in something, I'm gonna say, just adding on to what you said. I really feel like we should operate and go back to our indigenous ways and operate in trade. Now, hear me
Mm-hmm.
out. Let's just say, this small group specialize in this, and they want to bring this to the black community. This other small group specialize in something else, and they
Mm-hmm.
want to bring it to the black community. If we all specialize in something, we all carry on our own specific assignment, specialize that, bring that to the group. Like here's how we became successful in this. And we
Mm-hmm.
want to help you do this and do that. We want
Yeah.
to bring it all together at some point. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's very important
Mm-hmm.
for a community. Instead of just coming together and have all these disagreements, go with your like-minded thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Think just like you. Go do that, and then come back and tell us, how was it? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Yeah.
that's the type of time we should be on. But like you said, we all should be doing something, not just
Mm-hmm.
arguing and disagreeing. You know,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
easily find like-minded thinkers, even if it's just two of y'all. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
if it's one,
And
go
you
go
guys can be
go
really
be a,
effective.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And back and tell us how it went. You
Yeah.
know. So,
Versus.
but yeah, that's what I feel like we should do as a people. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but definitely when it comes to Othal Wallace, Ozone, and everybody should know, go to othal.org to support. But we should be doing different things in order to, come up with the funds. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so just asking for money, that's one thing. But if let's just think, if some of us had these different businesses, they able to put a certain amount of money aside, just finding different tangible ways to come up with funds. A lot of us specialize again in different things.
Mm-hmm.
We could have been, we still can bring it to the table and be able to, put something, towards the funds. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever we smart at, with a lot of intelligent people we have out here. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? We just got to do what we good at.
one of the things is a lot of people don't know. Um, yeah, a lot of people don't know how politically advanced the Panthers actually were. You know what I'm saying? You probably read it before, but there's this book. It's called Black Against the Empire, and it's really about, like, it's just an accurate depiction of the members of the Panther Party. You know what I mean? Fred Hampton, Huey Newton, how they got started, and all that sort of thing. And they're talking about how America adapted the story to Black Panthers, and how they ultimately used it to fearmonger American citizens. They painted us as, what I'm saying, murderers, cop killers, and all this sort of shit. Even the movies, they profited off those movies. You know what I'm saying? They profited off the Roots saga, but that's another story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things is, this is where I was going with it. The Panthers were so politically advanced that they were talking to people across the seas. I think it was like South Korea. I want to say South Korea. Don't quote me on that. But they're speaking with South Korea, and they're working with these people to free political prisoners that are here in America. You know what I'm saying? They're using their international strings to free political prisoners in America, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These Koreans, they asked Huey Newton to come there. The president at that time, he couldn't even get an invite. And when he did ask for an invite, they turned him down. Said, "No, we want Huey." And Huey went out there and he discussed American, European imperialism and all that sort of thing. We said we're on board. You know what I'm saying? Death to the tyrants. You know what I'm saying? Just like we're seeing a similar chants now in South Africa. They're saying kill the Boer and all that sort of shit. You know what I'm saying? One of the things is, I was praying, I was asking, I was suggesting, we need a black dollar. We need a black dollar. We need a black dollar. And now, South Africa, I don't know if you guys are aware, you should get ready. But South Africa, they're cutting our water off. I don't want to scare you. The ruble is coming out. The ruble is coming out November 1st. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the equivalent of $55. And they've got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, China. Everything says made in China, and they have countless applicants. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, so like I said, the Black Panthers are politically advanced, and we need to take, you know what I'm saying, a page out of their little textbook and get international. We need to start reaching out. Maybe we should get a couple of ruble
and make it
in the Black community, in our community.
Yeah.
Fucking mate.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You feel me, bro? Checkmate, dog. Because we don't subscribe to nothing that goes on here. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting them on the LGBT community.
Cut the water off. Cut all this shit.
Cut it off. Come get us. Or you know what I'm saying? Just drop some water. You know what I'm saying? You know where the impoverished, you know where the ghettos is. Well, pull up on us. You know what I'm saying? Or I feel like war with Africa would be the wrong motherfucking move. But they're threatening. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. There's 1.5 billion people in Africa, number one. Number two, you're getting all your resources from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Number three is they just created the strongest alliance. You know what I mean? And the countless applicants. And Africa wouldn't need to send no spies here to America. There's already Africans here who are discontent and who would they're already willingly divulging information. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think about who do America actually have in their back pocket now? Like, is it just Ukraine?
Bro, Ukraine, bro. They're racist.
That's what I'm saying. That's
you know what I'm saying. So I was
you know what I mean.
I was in the Gavel Club when I was in Avon Park. I'm in the Gavel Club. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of took some inspiration from Malcolm X. When he was in prison, you know, he jumped on a debate team. We had what was called the Gavel Club there, and I had just got started. And bro, this when I say this, damn, I can't use the word, but this Snow Roach, she was on there, and he's dropping so many facts about Ukraine, bro. And he's like literally pulling up image after image. These people are Nazis. These people are motherfucking racist. And we should, because the argument was, should we support Ukraine or should we not support Ukraine? You know what I'm saying? And he came with so many receipts. I said, there's no way fucking Joe Biden didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If he, bro, there's no way he didn't know that. If he didn't know that, he's indeed the moron that they try to paint him to be. When he's stuttering, you know, bro, it doesn't never make sense on any of the clips that I see. But yeah, if he knew, you know what I'm saying, like if he knew the pushback that he was gonna get from trying to force the LGBT shit onto Africa, you know what I'm saying, and people were clowning him. You know what I'm saying? Putin was like, the people of America, they have no religious foundation. They're pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? They're homosexuals, and everybody's like, yeah, bro. And we're Americans, bro, and we don't want the shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not on the same page as these motherfuckers. So in our reality, we need to link up because there's no difference between us and Africans except for, you know what I'm saying, our location and the amount of, because there's still Africans coming from here. They're African. The people that are coming here, you know what I'm saying? You've been here for 2 years. I've been here for 32 years. I've been here 30 years longer than you have. You know what I'm saying? 33 years. You know what I'm saying? 30 years longer than you have. I'm 33. But yeah, so there's no difference between the two of us aside from how long you know what I'm saying, we've been here, bro. But they're gonna put that wall between us so we don't unify or so we don't connect with the 1.5 billion people that are out there really making political changes. You know what I'm saying? They're also going to censor them. They're going to put the algorithms, you know what I'm saying, on TikTok, on Facebook, and all that sort of thing. We're going to be the very last country in the world to know about the progression anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because we're already on such a shaky foundation that anything could set it off. So they're going to make sure they try to keep you deaf, dumb, and blind.
For sure. No, for real though. Yeah, man. I feel like the time is now, you know, for us to really unify and really get things going in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We don't have to do everything over the internet. You know what I'm saying? I believe in pulling up on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And be able to have these conversations. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, everything don't have to be about a dollar, you know, on these platforms, especially the different social media, you know, just trying to go viral for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we got to be better than that. We got to be more tactical. You know, we got to be definitely we got to be smart about everything that we do.
Mhm.
And so, I feel like the world is waiting on us.
Yeah, you ain't right
Even
about
small
the
scale.
pulling up part specifically.
Yeah.
I will pull up still. Like I said, I don't regret shit. And like I said, I told my probation officer, you know what I'm saying? He knows the situation, he knows the deal. I'm not one of those people. You know what I'm saying? This is in my DNA. I'm still gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? If I can afford to, you know what I'm saying, I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be this is nah. I mean, like when it comes to Daytona, I have mixed emotions about Daytona. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because or I have mixed emotions about pulling up to Florida. Because on the one hand, you know what I'm saying, on the one hand, they're going to try to disassociate. His lawyers are going to try to disassociate with him with us. You know what I'm saying? With any sort of criminal, anything, bro. Which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bad look for a felon like myself to show up after being convicted of concealed carry and all this sort. I admit it. You know what I'm saying? So ex or whatever felon comes to show support for Othal Wallace, woo, 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 blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I can see it going left. Then also you have to take into consideration the fact that I've been there before. I know the layout. I know what could happen possibly. I haven't been home long enough. You know what I'm saying to take a trip that pretty much guarantees that I'm going back to prison. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, you know, like the sole reason for me wanting to show up in Florida is so I can prove that, you know what I'm saying, I'm still supporting him. I'm still in his corner. You know what I'm saying? There's still not an ounce of doubt in my heart about, you know what I'm saying, like his innocence or whether or not he should be walking around on the street. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to go. But there's so many other ways to, you know what I'm saying, stand in solidarity because the people the people is what's important. You know what I'm saying, to show this sort of display, this unified display. I'm not doing that for the news. I'm not doing that for the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to spin it the way that they want to spin it. The people that know that I'm here, the people that are here, we're all in the same place. You know what I'm saying? So this is me standing in solidarity. This is me continuing my support. You know what I'm saying? I love that man. I know he's coming home. You know what I'm saying? And regrettably, I'm not going to. I'm not going to Florida unless I would though if I could afford it. There's a lot of places that I would like to go. I guess that's like the number one deterrent though. It's just not. I'm not in a position to. I just came home from prison. I have been working, but you know I just don't have it like I used to. I quit my job before I went to Florida. Quit my job about a week or so before I went to Florida. You know what I mean? I was working while I was in prison, but you know, with work release taking 55%, and then, you know, the company, you're not able to get the commission because I was doing logistics brokerage. So I didn't come out with a lot, you know, when I came home from work release. So I got to pick up the pieces. Like I said, we lost a car, we lost an apartment, we're in debt right now. I don't regret anything. You know what I'm saying? It's the reality. It comes with the territory. I'm thankful to be breathing. I'm thankful to be out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and O's on my heart every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what he's going through in there. You know what I'm saying? And I see that it's falling by the wayside. You know what I mean? Um, and it's a lot of response. My little brother is in prison for murder. Um, my best friend, he just went to prison for. They just arrested him at my house for murder the day before yesterday. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying, just people being taken from me left and right. You know what I'm saying? In addition to just the harsh reality of coming home and trying to remain functional as a felon, and not you know, let my behavior, not my behaviors, but my experiences dictate my behavior. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta find my foundation before I could really get out there and uh, you know, turn it up how, you know, it's supposed to be done. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah. I
yeah,
already know. Is I feel like we all should take a step back just to move forward in the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's important. You know what I mean? I mean, especially you when you've been away for so long. You know, you
Yeah.
gotta get the family together. That's important.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who feel like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, I deserve a break or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no break from this lifestyle, motherfuckers. That's one of the things that you gotta know. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do some things. There's no getting around the inevitable. What they got like. Are you capable of taking it on? Is the question. You know what I'm saying? Are you capable of surviving it? You know what I mean? If if you can't entertain the idea of being murdered, I'm sorry. If you and I don't want to scare anybody, you know, but I'm gonna be completely real because you know right now it's like a filtration process. You know, I feel like what happened to me kind of filtered out the people who are really in it and the people who are really not in it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to man. I want to say their names, but at the same time, my brothers, my specific brothers that I talk to every day. Y'all know I'm talking about you. Well, yeah, bro. Listen, I don't want to scare anybody, but you have to expect certain things. It comes with the territory. You may die. You may get incarcerated. And if this is not a reality that you're willing to entertain or that you could see yourself surviving, that you could a responsibility that you could see yourself accepting, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people that fought for integration, they were operating within the law. You feel me? And they still got arrested.
I mean,
It doesn't matter good or bad, right or wrong or right. You are risking your life by loving your people.
and I'm gonna say this: slavery is a law. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
really, just by having this color skin, the melanin, you don't really have a choice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they're gonna be after you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you might as well defend yourself.
The fact that the problem is people can disassociate. That's one of the biggest problems. And when I say disassociated, so someone who's biracial could disassociate, right? If they're mixed, they can say, "Yo, I'm not black." You know what I'm saying? I'm white, or I'm not black. I'm Mexican. I'm trying to find a light in for y'all, but you know what I'm saying? A biracial person could disassociate, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's
What did
it's
that
the
mean?
same it's the same scenario for someone who lives in a different neighborhood than you. You know what I'm saying? If they're living in a white neighborhood where they're not experiencing, you know what I'm saying, like the over policing and stuff like that, or if they're college educated and they're not dealing with the over policing or the systematic racism and all that sort of they're if they're benefiting, they can disassociate. You know what I'm saying? So that's also a really big problem that we face in our community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing. Once the person disassociate, I feel like they still not running away from it.
Yeah,
And I seen the richest people and the poorest person, you know, still get the same police brutality, get the same racism,
mm-hmm.
anything that everybody else got, and maybe on a different scale, it still happens to them exactly the same.
It's called famously known as the nigga wake up call. You feel me?
Jay Z got billions. Even
Mhm,
he said it. You know, he the what was it? The story of OJ. You
mhm.
know, still
Yeah.
nigga.
I hate to see it happen, but I'd be like, man, welcome to the team, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know you could. I can't read it. You gonna get a taste, and you gonna want to fight back. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that you never get. That's what I hope, that you never get that taste, and that you just got the the decency to see one of your brothers experience this and get your ass up on off your ass. You know what I'm saying? You see your brothers going through this out of decency, because if you see your neighbor going through some shit, you can close your door. If that's what type of person you are, that's not what type of person I am. My mom, she used to tell me all the time, you love too much, you love too hard. That's why I'm always in some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look inside yourself, see what you're willing to do, what you're willing to lose. And I hope this conversation is it wakes a few people up. You know what I'm saying? It prepares you for what's to come. Because we're seeing some progress. You know what I'm saying, with our brothers over there in Africa. We're seeing some process with our queen. Yes, we're seeing progress. But at the same time, they're gonna see the progress, and they're gonna do something just as detrimental to set you back. You're gonna see it on television. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see it on the news. Something, you know what I'm saying, is gonna set us back even further. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's cool. I'm cool with them finding different ways to stay on our neck. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that because at the end of the day, we're going to get tired just like everybody else. But at the same
Mhm.
time, they can't just focus on one thing at a time, especially when they got the whole world is against America at this point. You
Yeah,
know, just how they did us in Africa or wherever. When we was fighting each other, they was fighting each other. They was basically mixing in a whole bunch of confusion and then move right in the middle and say, "Hey, let's take over now. We can do
yeah.
the same thing." While everybody is doing this and that, fighting all the other cultures and all the other worlds, they fighting America. We can do the same thing from within, move it right in the middle and say, "All right, we'll take this now." You know what I'm saying?
You
Exact same thing.
you reap what you sow. You feel me?
So
You reap what you sow, and it's been a long time coming. You feel me? So, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I saw a video. I forgot the name of the dude, but his name starts with a T. But he was doing a video on me. He's like, "Oh man, you know what I'm saying? This dude, you know what I'm saying? He's young. He's impressionable. He was under the wrong leadership, motherfucker. I wasn't under no leadership. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of person I am. This is the type of person that you need to be, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because if we all was impulsive as a community, if we're an impulsive community, people wouldn't fuck with us like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one person will go ahead and pick him off. But if we're ready to crash as a community, then they got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you need to chill. You need to chill." No, we all just need to turn up a little bit. We all need to tighten up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, yeah, real talk, real talk. You
yeah,
know,
we all need to. Hey, I hope that video, that chair video, that everybody's about that action. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Got a lawn chair and their TikTok and all that type of shit. I hope you're about that action. You
yeah,
feel
for
me?
real though. And I can't even look at chairs, folding chairs, the same anymore. All I can think about is just revolution.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I'm be like, yeah, we really need to keep this energy. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But nah, I feel like we could talk all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? So
Man,
anything else, just to close it out that you want to tell the people.
uh, free my brother O. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, Othal.org. If you guys don't know the story, please, and my coach used to tell me, watch the fight with the volume down. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the media. Watch the actual clip. Watch how he was treated and put yourself in that situation. God forbid you were ever in that situation. I've been in there multiple times. That's why I did. That's why I did. They pulled on my heartstrings, bro. They got me out the house. They got me out of, you know what I'm saying, the home field advantage. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's not an easy life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm smiling. Yes, I'm smiling, but this is for you. You know what I'm saying? It, it was a terrible experience. It's still happening. You know what I'm saying? He deserves to be home. I can't think of anybody more deserving of their freedom. He's the father of 5 children. You know what I'm saying? And he walks what he talks, which is something that we don't see. Uh, I'm fortunate. I'm blessed because I had the opportunity to be tested. You know what I'm saying? I've been tested. He's being tested. You know what I'm saying? And he's just completely aced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the blueprint for how we're all supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning anything. I'm not admitting anything. By no means. Don't try to spin this into something that it's not. I'm speaking to his character. You know what I'm saying? What he does all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not just what happened that one time, allegedly. So
Indeed.
yeah, 30 org.
Yeah, Ulta.org, free ozone. You know, like like we mentioned, he got his court date coming up in a couple of weeks. We gotta do what we have to do as a people to free that man. His defense team. We live in a fiat world. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they needs to get paid. A lot of times that defense team, they don't really see color. They just want to win. They need the money, but they want to win as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So they'll defend anything. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
real talk. It doesn't matter what color they are. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they're doing the right thing. And I feel like he has a really good defense team. So we just have to make sure that we do our part. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Show up any way you can. Show up any way you can. Like you can donate money. You can pull up to Florida, not necessarily saying on some crazy shit. Go pull up and visit him. Write him a letter. You know what I'm saying? Be present. Be present. We need all the energy. You know what I'm saying? There's people like D, very very underrated as a revolutionary because she's not putting herself out there. She doesn't want credit for who she is.
behind the
She
scenes,
just wants to do the work. She wants to do the work. We need more people like that because she's been behind the scenes, bro. But she's been doing real work for me and O, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't have been able to make it in there without her. You know what I'm saying? Putting stamps. There's a lot of people. They write us initially. They're writing us the letters. You know what I'm saying? They're supporting us and all this sort of thing. But after a few months, bro, 4 and 5 months, you know what I'm saying? You're only getting a few emails at a time from the same person. You know what I'm saying? The reality hits you. You start to get mentally defeated. He needs support. We need an uptick, a sudden. Just show him that you're there with him. You know what I'm saying? I would have appreciated just someone to talk to because they're gonna put him somewhere where he can't talk to someone and they're gonna fuck with him. They're probably doing it right now. So please try to be vocal, try to be present, try to be supportive, and you don't have to be super soldier. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be rich. If you're somewhere nearby, if you're concerned, just do your part because the most the most effective soldiers are those people who are not getting credit. You know what I'm saying? The people they're not getting, and they don't want credit. That's something else that I can put out there. They don't want credit. All they want you to do is the work. All they want you to do is the work. We
and
need more. We need more people like us. You know what I'm saying?
indeed, and Spike, we appreciate you, brother. You know, yeah, the type of energy that you put into the movement, the type of things that you're doing, a lot of people wouldn't even do. I'm gonna just keep it 100. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I feel you're a revolutionary, and then we're gonna see your fruits, you know, in the future as well. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see the seed that you planted in the ground grow and turn into something beautiful. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I certainly hope so. Certainly hope so.
No, it's going to happen for sure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but yeah, man. But outside of that, man, stay dangerous. You
Yes,
know?
sir. Stay dangerous, man. We do this because we love y'all. O-
Yeah,
OC's doing this because he loves you. O's doing this because he loves you. I'm doing this because I love you. We love y'all. You can't tell us no different. There's nothing you can do to us that will make us feel any different. I've been through the worst. O's been through the worst, and our love is never gonna diminish. You know what I'm saying? So please, please, we need your help. And I don't. You probably you've never heard me say please. No one's ever heard me say please. We need your guys' help. I'm not too proud. So that's. I'll go ahead and cut it off there, man. I appreciate you having me on here, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a really effective platform. Like I told you once or twice before, bro. They're watching you for a reason, bro. You're effective, and I love what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I've always been appreciative and thankful for what you were doing because you helped me out in a big way. Yes, you did, bro. So you don't get enough credit. There's a lot of people that don't get enough credit. Once again, we're not doing it for the credit. You know what I'm saying? It's purely love. It's purely out of love. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Stay dangerous. Keep your head on the swivel, man. Be vigilant, and just keep your boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. All love. Peace, God.
Yes, sir. Like power.
Yeah, that was Spike. That was Spike, ladies and gentlemen. And like you said, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and support our brother Ozone. You know, stay on this side. You know, support him any way possible. No matter what you do, just support. Always have him on your mind and exactly the struggle that we are going through at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because they are using him as an example. Trust and believe. They're using they're using Spite. They're using Ozone. Even Jim J. Whoever. They're definitely using these brothers as an example. We gotta support all our which I would call political prisoners. You know what I'm saying? Because they use these people for political strategies that they want to put out. You know, So, like you said, once Biden got into office, that's when these things started to happen when it comes to our movement. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we support ozone in the best way possible. All right. I hope we learn something. I hope we all just could take something away from this conversation tonight. And I'm gonna tell y'all as well, stay dangerous. All right, peace to the guys. And I'll see y'all on the next one.